Had the guys up there, you would have won in the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was kind of a little 50-50 play on that bunt there, even in the 10th, because you're giving up the out with Swift, and if Lyle doesn't get it done, I knew they weren't going to pitch to Torkelson. I mean, they started the at bat. It was kind of the intentional walk. It was one of those things, you get it to, tying around the plate in the 10th, and certainly we had it in the 9th too, just didn't get it done. But, guys were doing what they were asked to do and executing those situations. We just didn't get the big hit.
Dellinger H has been very good so far early on in the season. What was different today that you noticed?
Just didn't, I don't know. I don't know if he didn't think he was going to pitch today. I don't know. I'd better leave that answer to him. It just wasn't effective, and that happens sometimes as pitching. But we're going to rely on that young man to get us a lot of quality innings this year. So just didn't have it.
Was holding Boyd out precautionary, or is it?
Yeah, we had that long bus ride, and he was fine and slept. I don't know if he slept on his arm wrong or something, but kind of was complaining about his arm. So he could have gone today. We just wanted to hold him out just to give him a couple extra days and to get him right. But no, he's fine.
Think you might use him on Tuesday?
Oh yeah, he'll start Tuesday.
You mentioned that bunt situation, so were you kind of 50-50 whether you wanted him to bunt there?
Yeah, because it was just one of those, because I'm thinking, gosh, I want to bring Torkel, but again, you got Lyle ahead of him, who's an outstanding hitter, but I just knew really kind of in that situation, he probably wasn't going to bat, potentially not bat either way. If a double, I wanted to at least get the tying run down to second with Lyle up, but as happened in the 9th, the double play ball didn't allow to bring to the plate, and so I just wanted to give Lyle a crack at it, our best hitter. But I knew if he didn't get it done, that they did exactly what I thought they would do, which was probably walk Spencer.
I know you had high expectations for Torkelson this year, but it's just kind of consistent power start, even more than you could have imagined.
Yeah, I mean he's a special hitter, and notice I said hitter, not a home run hitter. He gives good at bats, as witnessed by his home run today, which was he backed that the guy that was working away backed that thing up and put a good swing on it. But yeah, I would tell everybody enjoy this one, because he's one of those rare hitters that don't come around very often. So Sun Devil fans will be lucky to see this guy for the next few years.
How hard is it, just psychologically, especially with a young team, to close out series with sweeps and win that third game when they're fighting to salvage one?
Well, I can't sit here right now and have, honestly, a complaint and say, gosh darn it, we just didn't play well. I mean, I thought we played really good baseball all weekend. And, sometimes you're going to run into that, just like today. I mean, we've got control of that game. You got everything, a chance to win in the 9th, and guy makes a pitch, we hit into a double play. We get the first 2 outs in the 10th, and the way baseball is, you walk a guy on 4 pitches or whatever it was, and then a base hit, and then a cheap seeing eye base hit, and next thing you know, you're down. That's just, but I don't think we played bad baseball. I don't really question their mentality at all. I think the guys went out there with an intent to win, and it just didn't happen today. We play that way over the rest of this year, we're going to win a lot of baseball games.
Is it something that's tough though when you win the first 2 to go out and sweep that third?
I've had teams that I felt like they come out and it's just like, okay, our job is done. I didn't feel that. I really didn't. Those guys were into it. They were into it in the dugout. They were into each other and the success that they were having out in the field. And no, our guys are really, really disappointed in not getting the win today, because you're that close, and while you did get the series win, it's not what we wanted. We know that, and but I don't question at all that they had just rolled over and felt like the job was done. I really don't. I don't.
Have you been impressed with the way Alex started the season?
Yeah, he's been consistent, and being aggressive in strike zone and throwing multiple pitches over. When you can do that, you're going to have a lot of success.
Was he on a bit of a pitch count today
Yeah.
after the midweek?
Yeah.
How do you evaluate Montoya's outing today?
I thought he threw well. I mean, outside of the one walk, I thought he did a good job. He competed out there in a crucial situation, and that's what you want out of your guy at the back end. Our plan all along was to get it to 6th or 7th and turn it over to him. And I thought he did a good job, save one batter probably.
He's a versatile guy back there because you can stretch him out for these kind of situations. It's not just like a 1 or 2 inning guy.
And that was our theory is, gosh, let's just get it to the 6th or 7th and let him get, 3 innings. So he was good to go. Had we held him at 10th, we were probably going to run him out there again. So I thought he threw well. I thought he made some big pitches, and just didn't happen today.
What do you think of Connor's performance?
Higgins? Yeah, I mean, he did his job. The thing that he's still developing, but he came in there and filled it up strike zone. I was very pleased with him. If he can do that type of role and bridging the gap to get it to the back end, that's an excellent. That's a well-needed role, and I thought he did a fantastic job of that today.
How do you
Do you see that being a role that he fills
Yeah.
frequently moving
Yeah,
forward?
yeah.
How do you take with the Alika making the out in the 9th and Gage making the out in the 10th with young batters? How do you take those moments and make them learning experiences as opposed to something that might affect their confidence?
Well, I mean, I would say it's probably like I come in here, I hope, on these press conferences and, try not to be too high and try not to be too low. And that's how you got to be as a baseball player, because this game is built on failure. And what I look for is intent. I look for, are you doing are you trying to do what we ask you to do? And I thought Alika Williams put a good swing on him. I mean, crazy thing about baseball, you look at their game-winning hit. If you were to ask any baseball person outside of the result, which would you prefer to have, a well-hit ball or one that you kind of cap or whatever? I think most people would say I'd rather have a well-hit ball. Sometimes it goes at the person. So I think his intent was good. I think his bat was good, and his mindset's good. Didn't bother. Same thing with Gage. That guy will be ready to play if you spend any time, or you haven't spent any time, you should, around that guy, because he's a competitive kid and a very even-keeled kid, not just on the baseball field, but in his life. And I think that's going to translate very well for him as a baseball player.
Is there still some competition in the third base position? Between
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I said it, I think, I don't know if it was yesterday or Friday. I said Gage Workman's doing exactly what you want players to do, is through your play, not through what you come to me and tell me, hey man, I'm a player, stick me in there, coach. What you do is you do it on the field. You make me play you. I would say by his performance and how he's playing, he's making me write his name in the lineup, and I say that in a good way. So, yeah, but it's a great option to have those two really, really good baseball players competing down there, and now it becomes more of a who's playing the better defense because they both swing the bat.
And is there a specific reason why you put Haver in right field? Taking out the
I don't know.
shot.
Was that? Oh, that was on the radio. Somebody asked. We have expectations of how you're supposed to play and some things. So I don't know I don't know how I would phrase that. It was just a coach's decision. Let's put it that way. How's that?
Kind of based on that fly ball and right.
What's that?
Was that based on that fly ball?
No,
and right?
no,
Is what you're alluding
no.
to?
That was more of a base running thing. Yeah.
Is this the most secure you've felt about a team defensively since you've been here?
Yeah. Oh, no question.
Got far, yeah.
Yeah. And it's something. I mean, that's what I've been hopefully communicating to you guys all along. I've been saying, man, this is a really good defensive team, and we have struggled, and certainly the first weekend, because we kicked it around like no other. And that was just like I was watching another team. But I think now you're seeing this is a team that's going to settle in. If we throw strikes, pitch to contact, this team will pick the baseball up and make plays.
Like you said, this has probably been the best series you guys played so far. What do you think that does for your team?
It's just we're still we're 12 baseball games in, and I still feel like I got a friggin' high school all-star team out there. Every game that goes by, these guys are going to improve and grow and develop, and thus become more comfortable playing. And eventually, we're going to get to a point where it's not me sitting here describing them as, you know, young and immature, because they're gonna have a little seasoning under their belt, and that just takes time. And I think you're all smart baseball people, maybe. You know, I think you can see that development too. It's pretty clear. You know, the guys are getting more comfortable. I think it's pretty obvious.
What you mentioned about Torkelson, is the best thing that he's not falling in love with the fact that he's hit 7 home runs,
Yeah.
and that he's trying to have smart at bats and.
That's the separator, and it was funny. We had Barry Bonds, I was the one who broke these things out last year, came here, and I'll never forget that when he's talking to the group. The comment that he made, and he wasn't doing it to even make it a point, he was just talking about himself as a hitter. He said, I tried to be, you know, I fancied myself to be a great hitter. He didn't say home run hitter, he said great hitter. And it reminds me of Torkelson, and I've had the good fortune of coaching some really good hitters, and the one, you know, that gets a lot of publicity is Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber was the same way. Schwarber hit a lot of home runs, but what was really special about him is he was a really good at bat, a really good hitter. I see those same qualities in Spencer Torkelson. He has that ability to hit a ball 500 feet, but he also has the ability to keep his hands back and drive a baseball the other way, which is a rare quality for somebody his age. All right.
Yep.